This here is as creepy as it gets. A Tennessee woman named Katie Nichols is going to approach a TV news camera while they're covering a story about an attempted murder, and she's going to admit to that attempted murder live on air.
She lives upstairs.
The person talking lives at Sunchase Apartments and is close friends with the 61-year-old woman who was stabbed a few doors down early Tuesday morning. She doesn't want her face shown, but tells me the woman's daughter, Katie Nichols, is to blame.
She's just not emotionally stable and, does the best that she can, but needs quite a bit of help.
She says after the stabbing, Nichols took off with her young daughter.
And I almost kind of hope that she does come back through here so that we can get the authorities to get her.
Not 5 minutes later, it happened. Nichols walked up to the camera.
The satanic cult in this city has been casting satanic spells on me for 4 days. I'm exhausted. I came home, I found out that my mom was the ringleader, and she was trying to kill my daughter.
Nichols tells me she had to act because her mom was putting curses on them.
I had to kill her. She was going to kill both of us. She was so powerful. I had no idea. I had no idea that my mother was that powerful.
Deputies say Nichols' mother was stabbed in the neck, chest, and stomach and was rushed to the hospital for surgery.
When I left, she was still breathing.
Well, that's good.
I stabbed her 3 times, and she should have died. She was still breathing, and I don't know what happened to her afterwards, and I don't know where they took her or what exactly happened, but she was the Antichrist. She did not die.
Nichols says afterwards, she and her daughter hid out.
We went in my car, and we ended up in a little rural area, and we just waited for the sign that it was safe to come back.
Now that Nichols is in custody, neighbors say they're hopeful she'll get the help she needs. But Nichols is convinced she did everyone a favor.
She had symbolic representations of my death, my daughter's death, every nuclear explosion that was supposed to happen that's not going to now. Because all of the satanic cult has been rounded up and killed now.
Well, there's no word yet if deputies have officially charged Nichols in this case, but of course we're going to keep you updated as more information becomes available.
A lot of layers to this story, but one of the layers that we don't usually get is you kind of became part of the story. You ended up talking to this woman who admitted she just stabbed someone 3 times, and you actually called 911. Did you fear for your safety at all?
Oh, I was a little scared, but, she never threatened me or anything like that, and so I'm just really grateful that everyone stayed safe until deputies arrived.
Right. Hillary, my gosh, thank you, Hillary. And again,
Local news, it's just unbearable. Like, they're just casually talking. So, yeah, there was this crazy person who just tried to murder somebody who was there, and I called the cops, and I didn't feel really all that threatened. Anyway, back to you, Jeff. Be human. Be human, please. It's much more endearing when you're a normal human being instead of putting on this ridiculous facade, all of them just pretending to be the most generic people in history. Okay, that's a crazy person. We just saw a crazy person live on TV walk up and confess to a murder, to an attempted murder. Yeah, she was the Antichrist, and she was the head of the satanic cult, and she was casting spells on us, and since I stabbed her and stopped her, now we know that the nuclear explosions aren't going to happen. They were going to happen, but I was able to stop them. I just hid out in the woods with my daughter, and we came back eventually when I got the sign from God that it was okay. Okay, it's really, what's the right word? Awkward, yet fascinating to see somebody who has legitimately lost their mind just talking to a news camera and just saying, yeah, this is what went down. Like, what goes on in her head is, how does that happen? I don't understand how that happens. It's just a scary thing. But here's my conclusion based on this story right here. And a lot of you guys might be like, you could have came to this conclusion without seeing this. But it's like a kick in the ass, because it reminds you that stuff like this exists and it happens. But what I took away from this is that we should have mental health clinics, mental health facilities that are just as common as hospitals. For every hospital in the country, there should be a mental health clinic and a mental health facility that is specifically for, either severe depression or psychosis or paranoid schizophrenia or any type of major psychological issue that somebody can be experiencing. Because, I mean, it's not okay that this woman was just walking the streets. Like, there were no signs before this happened? There were no signs. None. Like, nobody could have picked up the phone and said, hey, guys, heads up. Victoria's acting a little kooky. By the way, I don't know her name. I just randomly said. Oh, Katie Nichols, sorry. What they should do is set up places where you have on staff, there's a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and an MD, or multiple psychologists, multiple psychiatrists, and multiple MDs. And it's a place specifically for mental health where all of the mental health medications are immediately available, whether it's Thorazine or Seroquel, the antipsychotic stuff or the anti-anxiety stuff or the antidepressants. And there's, it's open 24/7 like a hospital where it's for emergencies and for regular appointments and everything. I don't know why. Like, why is that something that doesn't exist? Like, why is that? Why, like, that doesn't occur to anybody. Like, it occurs to people, oh, yeah, let's have, like, of course, we have a hospital. If there's something physically wrong with you, you go to the hospital or you go to the doctor and boom. They take care of it however they need to take care of it. You know exactly where to go after there's a car crash or something and somebody's really hurt. But when it comes to, psychotic breakdown, I mean, people do go to the hospital, but are they as equipped as specialists with the mind to deal with stuff like this? I don't think they are. Jesus. The systems that we have in the U.S. are so ill-equipped to deal with reality. Isn't that a primitive kind of thing? Like the fact that, number one, our healthcare system in and of itself is crazy. The fact that it's for-profit and it's mostly capitalist and, you have to deal with an insurance company which is for-profit, and when you get sick, maybe they'll pay it out, maybe they won't. You have to submit a claim, and even then they'll pay 70% of it, and you still got to pay $46,000 out of pocket for whatever happened. And, even though you've been paying them $300 a month, like, it's fucked up the way the entire system works. The number one cause of bankruptcy is medical bills in the U.S. But we should have, goes without saying, you've heard me give this speech and this rant multiple times before, but what we should have is a universal healthcare system, single payer, fully funded by tax dollars, all the trillions of dollars we waste in useless wars and on 900 military bases, reallocate all that money just to healthcare. Okay, everybody's healthcare is covered. But also we should have the universal mental health as well. Set up those clinics that I was just talking about all over the country. And then I guarantee you, if you do that, what'll happen? Of course you'll see this, a positive outcome.